Guys, if you are like me, you've been spending lots of time outside, maybe in your backyard or going for walks. And when I've done those things, I've heard lots of birds chirping. I've seen birds up in the sky, and I've also have seen some bird nests in trees. So I thought it'd be a really fun thing to read about some birds and bird nests. And that way we might be able to build our own nest in another activity. As we read this book, think about one new thing you've learned, and then you're going to draw a picture and label it. Then in another activity, you can build your own nest. This is a bird, it's called a weaver bird, and it weaves grass. It's a grass weaver. A weaver bird finds two branches that make an upside down Y, just like that. Look at this. This is the shape of an upside down Y. Kind of reminds me of a triangle without that bottom part. I don't want that focus mouse anymore. Go away, thank you. Its grass nest begins with a knot. Then the bird builds a strong ring. It winds grass up and down and in and out of the ring. Soon it will have a dome and a tunnel door too. This woven nest keeps the eggs safe inside. So right here at the very top, right here is a little entrance where the bird can get in. And then this is a dome shape, kind of like a sphere, but it has a little opening where the bird can get in and out of its nest. Birds are busy builders. All birds have body parts that help them build. They have a hard beak to grab, push, and pull. Birds have wings too, wings. Most birds can use them to fly to find building materials. Their feet, down here, stomp and push inside the nest. If you notice, this picture is labeled. So that's like when you draw your picture, you can label like this. They have the word and then a boop, 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 arrow. Did you know there are more than 10,000 kinds of birds? The bee hummingbird is the smallest bird. It weighs less than a dime. The biggest bird is an ostrich. This is the outline of an ostrich right here. It is taller than a grown person. Look at this little nest right here. There's a mama duck and her nest. What do you think she built her nest out of? All birds lay eggs with shells. Baby birds grow inside. Birds build the nest to protect their eggs and keep them warm. Birds use all kinds of building materials. They find moss, grass, spider webs, twigs, and more. Some even use their own feathers or bits of people garbage. Garbage to make a nest. Oh my goodness. We knew that when we were looking at those mice, huh? And we know mice sometimes use people garbage when they're building their homes. Building nests. Many birds' nests start with twigs. A robin drops twigs in a notch in the tree. A notch is kind of like where this kind of looks like the letter V. Where the letter V has its point right here, that's the notch. Its feet push the twigs to make a cup shape. The bird adds smaller twigs to it with its beak. It uses mud as glue. Moss or grass makes the nest soft and warm inside. Look at those beautiful blue robin eggs. Sticky spit helps birds make nests too. The swiftlet makes its bowl-shaped nest mostly out of its own saliva. Saliva is another word for spit. It hardens and sticks to cave walls. A rubber-throated hummingbird also uses saliva. It makes a sticky disc out of its own saliva. It attaches the disc to a branch. Then the bird builds a cup-shaped nest on top of the disc. It uses spider silk, moss, and plants. There's that female rubber-throated hummingbird, and there's that nest. Isn't that beautiful looking? So beautiful. Eagles use big sticks to make platform nests. The biggest found weighed 6,000 pounds. That's more than a car weighs. Whoa, a nest that weighs more than a car. That is humongous. This is my favorite kind of bird. Some birds dig their nest in the ground. A puffin makes a burrow in rocks or on a cliff. It digs with its beak. Then it kicks the dirt out with its feet. It lays eggs on feathers and grass at the back of the tunnel. So it doesn't make its nest in a tree. It makes it in the side of a cliff or in rocks. Eggs need to be kept warm to hatch. Most birds sit on their eggs to keep them warm. But a molly fowl digs a pit in the ground and uses its strong feet to kick leaf litter into a pile. The eggs go on top. Then the bird covers the pile with sand. As the leaves decay, they make heat for the eggs. So here's what that looks like. The molly fowl buries its eggs in the mound. This keeps them warm. So here's the soil, the ground, and then that's what the bird digs up. Dig, 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 dig. Then it puts the leaves, this green part. These little purple things are the eggs, and then here's the sand. It goes on top. Birds' nests in nature. Birds' nests can have both negative and positive effects on the environment. Birds can invade people's homes. Uh-oh, where is this nest? Is that a good place for a bird's nest? On a chimney? I don't know. Look at this little sparrow. The sparrow sometimes makes its nest in house vents. It can stop the vents from working. The baby sparrow can fall down the pipes and get hurt. It's probably not a good place to build a nest. Birds can also help the environment as they build their nests. Birds flying from place to place scatter seed, promoting plant growth. Bird droppings can provide nutrients for the soil too. Underground or up high, birds build amazing nests. They find different ways to keep their eggs safe. So here's an eagle again. Remember that eagle nest that it said earlier weighed more than a car? Look at this nest. I bet that weighs a lot too. All right. So here's some ideas about this says activities and tools. Try this. Make a cup nest. So if you want to try to make this kind, pause the video and you can have a grown-up help you read through these directions. Or you can come up with your very own idea on how you want to make your nest. All right, that is the end of our book about birds and nests. So now get a paper and draw and label one new thing you learned from this book. I cannot wait to see and hear what you learned.